Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to your readings today. I post these readings every Sunday, and because it is Sunday, these readings today we're asking for an immediate message for you. Really, these are weekly guidance. They are timeless, so you can check in with them at any time that you wish to. Go to the homepage, check out any of the readings there in the video section. Now, we have 3 cards, 3 runes, 3 charms for you to choose from. I'm going to hold them up so you can have a really good look at them. I hope you are having a wonderful week, and if you're watching this at the time that I'm posting it, it's been a very hectic, energetically week. There's been a lot happening, I know. Certainly we've had like real practical stuff going on, power cuts, all sorts of kind of crazy stuff going on with internet connections. Globally, of course, we've had a hurricane, we've had forest fires, there are big things, and there are lots of elections. So this is just the timing of what's happening right now. If you're watching this in a year's time, then those events are perhaps not relevant, but I think the energy will be relevant to you whenever you watch any reading. I always think if we're drawn to a reading, it's because something in it, there is a message for us there when we need to hear that right here and right now. So I would suggest there's quite a lot of energy flying around, actually, whenever you come to this, that will be relevant to you at that time in your world. Now, we'll be asking for an immediate message. We'll also be looking at potentially the next 7 days as well. So if you find you're drawn to more than one pile, that is not uncommon. Sometimes it can literally be all 3. Sometimes it really is just 1 or 2. Trust, beautiful souls. I always feel we are guided to receive the messages that we need. And thank you all of you who follow these readings and follow me and my readings, and thank you for being a part of this community. You guys are so inspirational. So I read your comments, and you just are absolutely incredible people. So thank you for being here and supporting me and supporting the channel and supporting one another. So let us look at the cards, the runes, the charms for this week. So firstly, for pile 1, you have the card of Gentian. Okay, so this is for pile 1. This is what this card is looking like. Gentian, and you have a beautiful moon, and you have Nathis, the rune of Nathis, which is sometimes known as a rune of constraint. So these are the rune and charm. Then pile 2, we have, it's actually card number 1, agrimony. So this is pile 2. Did I say pile number 1? Pile 2, you have agrimony. Oh yes, card number 1. That's why that was lodging in my mind. So there's something about that number actually coming through in pile 2. But anyway, we'll look at that when we get there. We are now at the stage of intuition and guiding your way in. Okay, we have the blank rune, and we have the music notes. So that is for pile 2. Now pile 3, we have olive. This is what it looks like. So pile 3, olive, and you have swallow, the rune of wholeness, and you have a beautiful little star. So that is pile 3. So my beautiful souls, welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to leave the video running for just a few moments longer, just to give you a little bit more time. You can always press the pause button if you want to as well. And the timestamps are in the description and in a comment as well. And just tons of love to you, beautiful souls. I'll see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. You have Gentian, card number 12. You have the lovely rune of Nathis. Now, Nathis indicates constraint sometimes, but also patience as well, which is curious because Gentian is a card that says really, you know, a period of diving deep into the shadows, a period of difficulty is now over. It's time to reach for the light, to be guided through obstacles and out the other side. It's very, very hopeful. So this may be indicating that some of you have been experiencing some constraints, some difficulties, some challenges, and that these are being freed up for you. I'm going to dive straight into your tarot cards, I think, today. Using the tarot of opposites today. So it'll be interesting to see what shows up. I love these cards. In a way, they highlight, I think, both the high vibration and the low vibration of any situation. So they're very interesting cards to use. Let's have a look. So we have the Page of Cups. We have the card of Justice. We have the Fool. Lovely. Okay. We have the King of Cups. Okay, right. We are seeing a big shift forwards, and because these are weekly readings, I would say probably in the next 7 days, I feel like some energy is lifting for you. Beautiful souls, whatever you've been tackling. I mean, I spoke right at the beginning, you know, about how much crazy energy there is around, certainly at the time of doing these readings. In my world, we've had massive constraints and hold-ups, power cuts, internet outages, so working has been really a challenge. This looks like things are about to flow. So we're moving from the Page of Cups. I think the energy around you is already actually beginning to lift. You should be able to be feeling that shift already. I get the impression the shift is already slightly sort of there. But what we also have is the card of Justice. So something is being sorted. It's very interesting. It's come out in its reverse position. So has the Fool, actually, which is interesting. And then we have the King of Cups as well. So we've got two uprights here. This is what I love about the Tarot of Opposites, because in a way we have got the shadow version as well as the, you know, the shadow side of the card showing directly. We then have the Magician. We then have the Six of Swords. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, but interestingly in reverse. Okay. I'm going to draw a couple of oracle cards as well before I dive in. I feel like there's a huge amount of positivity around you. I'm going to read to you actually from this book because it's a lovely little book. So they're very tiny. It's a big book, it's because it's in so many languages. So card number 12, Gentian. Let the gentian flowers sweeten your life. You have looked at the darkness and emptiness, the difficulties and sadness that are a part of life for too long. Now constancy and faith are with you to help you overcome obstacles, to once again appreciate the gifts of this existence. So something is lifted. Now, the Page of Cups and the King of Cups are very uplifting energies, particularly emotionally. Interestingly, with the Page of Cups, I see someone celebrating you. Curiously enough, you almost look I feel that there's an energy around you that you have actually managed to overcome difficulties or sustain a period of difficulty, or you've been really patient, you've handled something despite it being a real challenge. And someone kind of acknowledges you or celebrates you, or perhaps life celebrates you, your spirit team is celebrating you. I think with these two in reverse, I think you're pretty worn down, actually. I think you've ended up being quite run down by so many things that you've had to tackle. And I also think for some of you, it's hard not to look back, really, with this Fool card. It's been really quite hard not to look back, to be tangled in the past, or Also, I would say it's hard to hold a positive attitude, actually, if you are, when you experience sort of one challenge after another. I do feel that, you know, it can begin to get to a point where it is quite hard to hold the positive, even though, you know, I think you have a very positive outlook. But actually you're needing to be validated, or your spirit team are validating you, and I think they're also trying to show you that there's a lot of people that think very, very, very highly of you around you, actually. Now, you are far more capable than you realise here. I sort of, again, it feels, I'm not saying that the challenges are not, let me try and word this correctly. I'm not saying that the challenges in your world are all over and everything is about to run smoothly. But what I do feel is the challenges are shifting. The energy is shifting, and the energy around you is energy of empowerment. If you are watching this as I'm posting it and you haven't yet checked out the, I did some readings on Friday to do with the retrograde energy of 3 very big planets that are all in retrograde: Pluto, Neptune and Saturn, at the time of doing this reading. And in a way that this sort of sums up, your reading sums up almost the energy of those retrograde planets, I feel. Having to look, you know, having to find the patience to deal with things, having to, in many ways, to look back to see where the origins of these things come from. A lot of reflective past stuff coming up. But the purpose of it is to empower you. I think the challenge around you right now is, if I'm truly honest, I think you're tired. You know, I think it's been a long slog. If your life is really buoyant and you're feeling really buzzy and full of energy, I'm not sure this is the right reading for you. You might want to pick another one. This is definitely a reading for those of you. This is the message I'm really seeing. I just think you've had to sustain one hell of a lot. And I also think you've picked yourself up on more than one occasion. And way to go, that's absolutely phenomenal and amazing, but you really have. You've picked yourself up, you've started again. I sort of feel now is the time when things can shift, okay? Now the Page of Pentacles is in reverse, so I sort of feel in a way the key here is about the learning from experiences. I'm seeing you move on to a new horizon here, so this is really good. I just because the Page of Pentacles is in the shadow side, I do feel there is still some sort of stuff simmering around you that you're having to still filter through. Let's get more information for you. So we have, first off, okay, so we have the antelope and wheat nourishment. Beautiful, beautiful card. Any of the deer family always immediately for me make me think of gentleness, nourishment. It's actually time to, I kind of almost want to say, reap the rewards of your hard work. Okay, now in some ways, let's put that over here. In some ways, you're probably wondering when that's ever going to happen. But I think results are around you. Do you know, one of the challenges around you, I think results are around you and you're seeing results. I think one of the challenges is that you're so tired. It's almost like you're too tired to go out and enjoy. You know, when you are just exhausted, and so the idea of going out and celebrating or chilling out with friends is just feels like it would be an epic endeavour, when in fact, actually, it would be perfect for you. It would be a really good thing to do, to go out, to chill, to take some time out, because you've been through so much. And actually, this is probably a time to emerge rather than retreat with Gentian. I feel you're being really honoured here. Yeah, literally. The big celebrated, validated. Okay, what else are we shown? Let's draw some Archangel Michael cards for you. So we have this one and this one for you. Okay. Regain your focus. Someone new is coming. Right, trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. An important new relationship is on the horizon. So open your mind and heart so that happiness can enter your life. That is beautiful. Okay, so there is a big shift. You've had to endure something that's taken up a phenomenal, lots of stuff to be fair, and for some of you it's gone back over time. But this is all about lifting your energy, actually recognizing that, I think with the Fool in reverse as well, that something is sort of coming to a close, actually. It's time to sort of manifest a different world for yourself, actually. It's time to manifest the things you want. It's time to manifest your desires. It's time to kind of put down that old book, rewrite your story. I honestly, my hat goes off to you. You have been through so much. I'm really seeing that it's been an endurance test. But now it's time to nourish yourself. Regain your focus. I think your mind is distracted easily because you're tired. Regain your focus. It's time to rewrite your story. It's interesting, again, at the time of writing. God, where am I going? Writing your story. I feel like my brain is a bit of a sieve today. At the time of doing this reading, the moon month that we are in, again, if you haven't checked out, if you are looking at this at the time of this, and you do check out the moon month energy update, and also the all zodiac sign readings for the month. And in fact, whenever you're checking this out, you could check out the current moon month update and see what's going on. But right here and right now, at the time of this reading, we've entered the moon month of She Who Loves. This is the Native American clan moon mother of She Who Loves. Now, it's or loves all things, actually, if I say that. Yes, I think it's She Who Loves all things. But the energy is about reparation. It's about relaxing. It's about seeing the love in everything. And so I sort of feel this reading is telling you that you are loved, you are respected, you've done an amazing job. It really is time to nurture yourself and nurture your own future, your own present, and in doing so creating a different future for yourself. There's just been some big stuff that you've been unraveling and working through. Let's draw some chakra cards and see what else we're shown. We have enlightenment, and gratitude. These are beautiful cards. You are so much wiser than you were. So much wiser than you were. Honestly, you truly have been through so much. You really have. Now, enlightenment and gratitude. I think, my beautiful souls, that this is absolutely a time to nurture yourself, to allow yourself to receive praise, acknowledgement. If someone says, I can't believe you've achieved so much, then say thank you. It's been, rather than, oh, it was nothing. You know, the kind of thing where you bat off the stuff that comes your way that's positive and good. And anything that is coming your way. I am seeing you chilling out, being with people, because someone new is coming, an important new relationship. I mean, this could be a friendship, it could be love. With the Page of Cups and the King of Cups showing up here. I do feel there is something about a balance returning to your life, where someone shows up that will really, in many ways, bring your life into balance. And I think this will help you to regain your focus, actually, as well. I think it's much easier to regain our focus and work hard. I think it was actually Elon Musk, of all people, who said that the time he is most productive work-wise is when he's in love. His energy is so buoyant, so high, that he can do, it's like he feels like he can do anything. And I feel that there is something about love coming back into your life, whether that is love through friends, through community, a friend, someone new coming in. Someone new is coming, and I think it will show how valued you are and help you, therefore, to recoup your energy and regain your focus. So beautiful, pile one. I mean, your message today is all about opening yourself to receive the positivity that someone or a group of people are going to bring back into your life. And as you receive that energy, it's kind of going to rewrite your story. And there is also a massive validation of what you have come through and actually how amazing you are. It's time to nourish yourself and open yourself to receive. Pile 1, this is your reading this week. My beautiful souls, you are amazing, and that is coming across loud and clear. So wonderful, wonderful Moon Magic Super Souls. Thank you for being here. As always, thank you for liking, sharing, for subscribing. Don't forget to press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. Tons of love, beautiful souls. Hello, beautiful souls. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So you have agrimony. The number 1 was coming out really strongly for me right at the start as we were looking at the cards. The blank rune is a rune of possibility. It's a space of possibility. And with the music notes and agrimony. Agrimony is a very interesting card. It's about sort of removing the masks that you believed you had to wear. But it's really interesting because it's also not necessarily about letting them go. It's about learning to use your masks well. There are some situations when it's appropriate not to reveal yourself to everyone, but it's also not appropriate to wear it all the time. Otherwise, you're kind of closed off to possibility. So there's something quite interesting around, again, singing your own song, being number 1, you being the number 1 in your own world, rising to the number 1 status of your priority list. Let's draw tarot for you straight away. Seeing these, I'm also seeing that one and that one and that one. We'll see if we need any more in a moment. We're using the tarot of opposites, which is interesting because it brings out the shadow side of things. So we have 10 of Swords. We have the King of Cups. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Chariot. We've got the Fool. Again, this is the shadow side of the Fool. We've got the 9 of Cups. Okay. And then we've got the 10 of Cups. Okay. How interesting. Right. There's some really specific messages coming through here, my lovely pile 2. So the masks you need to wear. On the one hand, you're being asked to let go of some of those masks, to stop worrying so much about how people see you, to sing your own song, to be your authentic self, to be out there, to be mind-blowingly amazing, and that is because you are mind-blowingly amazing, and be seen, really. Because something can move forwards if you are your authentic self. There's something maybe that you're working on. The more you are you, the more, I almost feel like some of you may be moving into a space of visibility. What is very, very interesting is at the same time you're being asked to be guarded, which is just so fascinating because it feels like a paradox. But I'm guessing because of this, we'll draw more cards for clarification, but I'm guessing maybe because of this, perhaps it's because I do feel there are some people, possibly from your, and we've got the Fool in a reverse. Maybe there are some people who would, I think there are some people around you who it's not wise to share yourself with. I think you probably know who they are, if I'm truly honest. You know, I'm not seeing this as something, I don't think it's new with the Fool in reverse. The Fool is looking backwards. I think maybe you have, also for some of you, maybe you've taken a risk in the past and kind of met with some challenging folk. Something didn't work out. I think that there is something that can work out here for you very, very favourably, move forwards very positively, and be really, really successful and very visible. So there's definitely a reaching out, and it's actually something you've worried about or been wanting. You've been praying for something, Trying to think of an example, but let's actually draw some more cards and get a bit more clarity around this reading for you first. May we please have some more information, some clarification around this. So we have the owl and the hop, wisdom. Okay. Let's get some Archangel Michael cards as well. Okay, lovely. There's your second. We have prioritize self-care. You do so much for others, it's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. And we have your loved ones are safe. Let go of fear and worry for your loved ones. I am looking after them. This is interesting. Very interesting, because you've got you praying for something here. The Ten of Swords, wanting something, praying for something. Praying for something to either end or for there to be a new beginning. It feels like a very mixed bag, actually, you know, I need to say. On the one hand, there's something in your life that is really, really kind of potentially going to fly. It's something that's moving forwards and it's really, really positive. There's also something in your life that isn't so good. And it feels they're quite specific. And I think you're being asked to kind of have the wisdom. What's that lovely serenity prayer? God, give me the wisdom or the courage to recognize. It's sort of basically recognizing what I can do and what I can't do, and having the grace to accept. You know, if there's something you can't attend to, then having the wisdom to recognize that you can't, or the courage that you can. However, anyway, I forget the exact words, but that's what I'm seeing here. There's definitely some stuff in your world that is seriously wonderful, and it's worthy of continuing to work at it, keep at it, continue, be your authentic self, show yourself, be visible, reach out to people. You know, if you need to, own your own success. You know, there's some really fabulous stuff going on in your world, things moving forwards in a really good way. There's also a pocket of something that has been quite hard work. It could be connected to a family member or a friend or someone you love. Let go of fear and worry for your loved ones. So someone that you have a strong connection with, and I think it weighs you down massively. It weighs you down. It means you look back rather than looking forward. It's actually holding you back, I think, a little bit energetically, probably because it's taking up quite a lot of your airplay, your headspace. Prioritize your self-care. Have the wisdom to know what you can do and what you can't. I mean, this is your message. Feed and nourish the things, the space of possibility around you, the stuff that's about you. But don't have all your energy drained by another circumstance or another situation where in reality it's probably not your job to fix it. It's not your job to do anything. And I think you may be feeling like you're, you know, giving endlessly, but it's going nowhere. Let's get a few more cards. I was going to draw some chakra cards, but I think I'm going to draw some more tarot cards first. Could we have a little bit more information about the amazing thing that's happening in pile 2's life? So we have Page of Cups. We've got the Emperor. Again, it's in the reverse position. So there's something of real promise around you. And then we have the Ace of Cups. There is something really promising around you. It's loaded with promise, but in a way your sovereignty, your agency over it is being diminished by the other thing that's going on. Interestingly enough, I'm going to say the other side of things is somebody who's a bit of, I think someone potentially, or a circumstance. Now, you may love this person very dearly, but they are a bit of a taker. And you know, they may not be aware that they're taking from you, or they may or may not be. It could be completely unconscious, or it could be actually very real and they're very openly taking. But however it is, someone that you love and feel drawn to help is taking a lot of your energy. A lot of you, and in a way, rather than stepping up and building on the amazing things, and there is something very amazing and fabulous in your world, which really makes your heart sing. It's loaded with possibility. Instead of that, you're constantly, and in fact also with the mask, I think possibly you around the situation where I think there is someone, you know, who's perhaps not okay, but they would drain you, really. They'll take a lot from you. I think you haven't even potentially shared the joyous stuff with this person or people because you know that they can't sustain joy, you know, at the moment. They'd sort of, or if you tried to, they've probably flattened it. You know, unintentionally, just by their own vibe, their own zone. They're not in a marvellous place, but they're being looked after, so you don't actually have to do that. This is an acknowledgement. You know, Archangel Michael says, I am looking after them. You need to prioritise what you can and what you can't do, and prioritise yourself. Okay, because this situation is out of balance and it's causing you to not feed and fuel and nourish the part of your world that is amazing, that you could be fueling, as opposed to being drained by something else. This is seems very specific, this message this week. Step into that space of possibility. Maybe now, I don't feel I need to ask. I was going to ask about the more negative situation. I'm actually going to role model not doing that. I'm not going to feed it. I'm not going to draw any cards about it. Okay, I think we've already been told, let go of your fear and worry for your loved ones. I am looking after them. So I'm actually not going to, because I almost felt like I was going to draw cards, and we've already been shown this. Draw cards, I was drawing cards about that situation. And all I'm doing is feeding it and fueling it. So I'm role modeling not doing that for you. Let's draw chakra cards and see, can we have information about how pile 2 might navigate this week, and what should be their priorities. So we have gratitude, dissipating, faith, and you have 2 cards, victim and growth. Okay, very interesting. Right, let me move these along. Right, okay. So we're kind of looking at the energy around you the week ahead, okay, in light of these cards and this situation. So hang out with the people where you really can be yourself. Hang out with people who love you for who you are, people when you can take the mask off. Hang out with those people who really appreciate you. Okay, and appreciate yourself. Recognize how far you've come. Don't let your energy dissipate. Don't be drawn into this other thing, because this is getting taken care of. Have faith that it's being taken care of. Okay, don't miss an opportunity. There's something really good around you that you could take. Don't let somebody else's negativity take almost the energy away from an opportunity that's amazing for you. Have faith that they are being looked after. You know, I feel the person around you is actually in a bit of a victim place, feeling like they need a lot of attention. And this is to sort of assure you that you're not in a victim place. Actually, you can step up, prioritize your self-care. This is really encouraging you to do this. Step up, prioritize your own self-care. It doesn't matter what other people think of you. You can grow from this situation. This is about you finding people who accept and love you for who you are. I can't help feeling there is the energy of this situation is somebody who really would sort of steal your thunder. As the saying goes, piss on your fireworks, you know, just because their energy is involved in being in that kind of zone. You need to refocus. This is what your reading is saying. Bring your focus back to yourself and your own self-care in no uncertain terms. I'm actually going to draw just a last Archangel Michael card to complete your reading. Maybe have a sort of last card for my beautiful pile 2. No wonder number 1 came through. You need to prioritize yourself. You need to be the number one person in your world. No wonder that came through right at the start. It's like you're dealing with someone who's very good at making themselves a number one. This card is beautiful. It's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Fab. This is this situation is being sorted. You need to trust that it's being sorted, trust that it's being taken care of. Back to that serenity prayer. There is nothing you can do to fix it. So step away, look after you. It's almost over. This is beautiful. It really is beautiful. Absolutely loving it. I'm sorry. I mean, I say I'm loving it. I'm sorry that you're having a hard time, but the outcome is beautiful. And the advice feels very, very sound, actually, in terms of prioritising your care. The outcome is beautiful. I am sorry you've got somebody who's in that kind of position where they are, you know, very, very needy. But beautiful, pile two. The messages are beautiful because they are uplifting you. They are prioritising you. They are telling you that you should sing your own song and be around people who cherish you, love you for who you are. I remember listening to a lovely talk. I recommend it if you can find it. You can probably search it on YouTube. It was by someone called Christiane Northrup, and it was called The Power of Joy. And she said, you know, we should measure our friends by how much joy they can tolerate. You know, if you get something really exciting happens in your world and they just can't be joyful for you, then, you know, that's not really going to be the most healthy, long-term, flourishing connection. Pile 2, this is your reading for this week. It is a beautiful outcome. Prioritise yourself and really, really be very focused on that serenity prayer. If there's something you can't fix, then, and it's not yours to fix, then don't try to fix it. Step away, look after you, and the outcome then is fabulous, because I feel things can then open up for you. Because there's something going on in your world that actually is really amazing, and that's where your time should be dedicated. Tons of love, pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, of course, for liking, sharing, subscribing, for commenting, sharing your stories, and all of you who give back through the super thanks. And if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, don't forget to press the little bell icon and subscribe. Tons of love, beautiful souls. I look forward to seeing you for another reading really soon. Pile 3, welcome to your readings, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining me. You have the card number 23, Olive, and you also have Suelo, the rune of wholeness. There is a very clear pathway for you to follow, actually, at this time, which is about your own wholeness, your own well-being. It's quite a theme, interestingly enough, this week of overcoming things. Now, with the Star card, I feel you're about to find renewed hope, or you know, getting back on track, finding your own North Star. There's something about letting go of or resolving a conflict from within here that is really interesting, which is why Suelo is so important, because it's personal wholeness. But let's dive straight into your tarot cards. What message is coming through for today? What immediate and important message is coming through? I actually feel that we need these cards. There's tons of them, but I'm just going to go with it. Okay, so you have 10 of Swords. This is interesting. This came out in, I think it was pile 2. You also have King of Swords. Now these are the tarot of opposites. So we see the shadow side and the reverse side. We then have the Hanged Man. Now the King of Swords is in a reverse, or in the shadow side. The 10 of Wands is in the shadow side. Okay. I think you've been feeling very burdened by something, actually. We then have the King of Wands. We have the 9 of Wands. And then we have the Justice card. Okay. I'm seeing a conflict inside of you. Obviously, there will be an external circumstance, but there is a conflict inside of you. Almost like, I feel like it's something that you would like to walk away from. And yet you feel you can't. There's something of a real stuckness within you, a debate about do I or don't I, basically. Now, I don't know what that will be, and I mean, although I could draw more cards, this is going to be a reading that will reach many, but we'll see what messages come through. Let's actually draw some oracle cards, but this is primarily what I'm seeing is something where you're really undecided about something. You can't, you know, do you, don't you? Do you stay? Do you go? Do you, you know, say yes or do you say no? It's you know, it could even just be like procrastination. There's something here, for some reason, it's really hard for you to make a decision about what to do about this. It's a difficult situation or a difficult decision for you, and you're quite conflicted about it. We have the possum and the peony. Bashfulness. Very interesting. Possums, actually, when they if they're being hunted, they play dead. It's like if there's a problem or they're under threat, they freeze and they play dead, and because it looks like they are already dead, other animals leave them alone and walk away. So I wonder what that is saying. And also peonies. Peonies, of course, they protect themselves. That's what's coming through. Peonies do the same. They actually close up, I think, or turn their heads downwards when it's raining so that the rain doesn't damage their petals. Let's draw some Archangel Michael cards and see what else we're shown. Okay. Angels of healing are with you. A time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. That's Archangel Michael. May we please have another Archangel Michael card? Thank you. Thank you so much. Make a decision. Here am I saying, you couldn't write it, could you? Here am I saying there's a decision to be made, and it's a really difficult one. Right, okay. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance pointing you towards your own joy. You deserve it. Right. Suelo. This is about a pathway to your own wholeness, your own space of optimism, hope, your own North Star, your own guiding light. This is absolutely 100% a message that says stop worrying or feeling conflicted by whatever this is. It is time for you to look after you. Protect yourself from any negative energy or any conflict that isn't yours, that you don't need to dive into, completely and utterly. Let it go. I'm going to do some energy clearing in your reading, pile 3. I haven't done this for a little while. I do it every now and then in a reading. I'm going to be doing some energy clearing with you. I've got some amethyst crystals right at the top of the reading here. We'll use those. We'll do energy clearing in a moment. We'll see if we can help to shift some of these cards and look at the outcome. But you need to make a decision to heal, to not, and whatever it is, if you're procrastinating about something that you want that is going to make you joyful, then go for the joyful thing. You know, if you're worried that it will go wrong, it's letting go of the worry. If there's something around you that isn't particularly positive, then don't get involved in it. It's time to walk away. There's a decision to make here, and the decision is all about following your joy, the pathway to your own happiness, the pathway to your own healing. Your message could not be louder and more clear. And I think it's why we have the Hangman here. If you look at the shadow side of the card, very much trapped, but this is somebody who, there is a new dawn. I always think with the Hangman, it's like we begin to see something as it is, and even if there's a challenge or something that's felt stuck, I always feel it's like there's an opportunity for a turning point here. If we can only look at the signs and see what is available to us, and you know, I think open yourself to healing, open yourself to feel, to, you know, to not be catastrophizing, to not be worrying about something, finding your own agency, finding your own passion, making your choices for you, not being burdened by anything that holds you back. So yeah, if you're there's something right in front of you that's amazing, but you're not doing it, well, what, you know, just because of fear that it might go wrong, however the energy of this reading applies to you. Now, before we do energy shifting, let's draw some chakra cards first. See what we're shown with your chakra cards. I'm seeing this, this, and this. Okay. Soulmate, gossip, and complacency. Ooh, okay. This is very interesting. With the card of soulmate, again, more than one message is coming through here. So because it's this is a reading for many, if one of the messages doesn't resonate with you, it will probably be for somebody else. But I do think there is a feeling of potential procrastination. Or even buying into, it could be the thoughts in your own head, or it could be thoughts and things that other people are telling you. If, for example, you have been hurt in love, and now you've met someone new, but you're procrastinating and you're thinking, I can't really go there because it'll all go wrong again. Well, actually, how will you know unless you go there? You know, soulmate is a powerful card. This is like overcoming, you know, overcoming those inner, you know, inner limiting beliefs. It could also be that somebody has been saying something, gossiping about something, and it's holding you back from doing something, in which case, you know, don't buy into the gossip and the drama. Let that go. You know, there's definitely, for some of you, an opportunity for someone around you, and maybe you're holding back, procrastinating for those reasons. For others, if this is not about a soulmate connection, I think this is also highlighting that sometimes soulmates come in many different shapes and forms. You know, actually, if there is a soulmate around you who is, or someone around you where it's a learning curve rather than a long-term relationship that has longevity. For some of you, that may be applying, that there's been someone around you who's created some challenge or heartbreak in your life. But I'm just seeing so much worry. Let's move these over for a moment and do some energy shifting. And we'll see what else we're shown. So, let's tune in with this energy here. So, I am going to bring in the amethyst healing crystals. Now the Ten of Swords, I'm going to leave just as it is, okay? I think this is a situation where you might want to genuinely ask for assistance. Remember your angels and your guides, particularly your angels. Angels cannot help us unless we ask for help. We have to reach out. They have to be fully respectful of our conscious free will and choice, and they will walk alongside you, they will love you, but they cannot assist you unless you ask. It is absolutely okay to ask for help and a miracle, and ask to be shown which way to go. Suelo is all about knowing which way to go. Now, you do need to make a decision. At the moment, we're procrastinating with the King of Swords in the shadow side. So, what this entails, I think, I'm just going to move these cards. I'm just going to place these cards over here. I think what we are needing at the moment is some healing energy here. So, if we bring in, I'll move these over. I'm going to bring in an amethyst crystal for each of these cards as I shift the energy. I'd like you to sit with how you're feeling. Tune in to the energy of this card. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. Have a look at that. Tune in with where that energy sits in your physical body. I'd like you to take in a deep breath and really lean into where that's sitting within you. I'm then going to bring in the healing energy of amethyst. This is a master healer. I'm going to turn this card into the upright position. Ooh, I felt that. Wow. And we're going to place the crystal here. Okay. So that's shifting that energy within you. The Hanged Man, just as it is. Okay, but what I am going to do with this card, again, breathe back into wherever that's sitting, wherever the worry is sitting in your physical body, any element of tension within your body, breathe into it again. Have a good look at this. We have a new dawn. What I am going to do with an amethyst crystal is place this crystal on the shadow side of this card. Okay, so each card we're going to be leaning into that, lean into it, breathe into it, and as we place the crystal in place or turn the card, I want you to breathe out the tension, let go of the tension. We have the Ten of Wands, looking as if this is a real tangle. Okay, so listen to where that sits in your body, really breathe into it, take a big deep breath. And then breathe it out as we turn this into the upright position. You're free to walk. Yes, there's still some things you're carrying, work to be done, but hey, you're free to move forwards. You're free to walk. Okay, and again, King of Wands. This is about having agency, being able to make choices and decisions. You know, he's conflicted, so take in that deep breath. Lean into wherever that sits in your body, anywhere that's sitting. Taking another master amethyst crystal, turn it into the upright position, owning your own sovereignty, owning your own agency, knowing that you have choices. You are not a sitting duck. You can make a choice, you can make a decision here. You can go forwards. You can embrace what you want. Your pathway to wholeness. Okay, Nine of Wands. He's kind of really sitting there in a very disempowered kind of fashion, pondering things, but in a bit of a dark place. Okay, so lean into that again, breathe in to the energy, breathe into wherever you are sitting with this in your body. We always carry tension in our physical body. Take that deep breath, and as we shift the card, breathe it out. Big breath out. Okay, now there's some determination here now. You're being given sovereignty, agency, and determination to move forwards, to make a choice. And lastly, the card of Justice. In its shadow side, again, breathe in anywhere within you. If you feel you don't have a voice or you don't have agency, actually we're shifting the energy for you. What I hope you're finding is that each time we breathe into this, that something of the intensity within your physical body and your emotions is dissipating and lessening. And this is a method you can use for yourself. So breathe in to wherever it's sitting into your body, really lean into it, any despondency. Picking up an amethyst crystal, I'm going to turn this upright, and again, this is about making clear-cut choices, not to be limited, not to be held back. Now you can always, as I've said, always use something like this kind of exercise. You don't have to have lots of amethyst crystals. You can, take just one card, or even write something of how you're feeling on a bit of paper, and then write the opposite underneath it. You have a little piece of card or something. If you're feeling despondent, you could write despondency, and then you can write the opposite, which might be positivity, hope. Change the wording, and then literally take out, it can be a crystal, it can be a stone. It doesn't have to be a crystal, it can be a stone, something that you use that is personal and helpful to you. I did actually say I would do a video with working with healing, so I may actually do that at some point soon. My world is very busy, but I will try to do that for you. Now, you can always protect yourself, always protect yourself. You can always, retreat and rest, but this is actually about refinding your energy and making a clear-cut decision. And the clear-cut decision for many of you is the internal stuff that's going on inside you, the stuff that debilitates us when and let's face it, most of us at some point in our lives are going to have some sort of internal verbal diarrhea, which isn't always helpful for us, where we go over and over and over the negative rather than the positive. And if any of you are dealing with an external circumstance, the gossip, the drama, that's leaving you feeling, despondent, complacent, then, it's time to shift that energy. It really, really is. It's time to live through love again. to see things as they really are, and, you know, allow a healing to take place. Okay, so my beautiful pile 3, I'm now going to draw some more cards, and I'm going to really, I think we'll draw Archangel Michael cards and just ask about where this is going. In fact, just here, I'm going to place Swallow, the rune of wholeness, over here with the opossum and the peony. You know, you can always, you know, you can look after yourself. This is a time for you to make a very clear-cut choice about letting go of any internal stuff, or indeed any negativity that's going on around you. Allow yourself to be healed, sovereignty, your own agency, make choices, decisions, and whatever choice or decision is right in front of you, and I do believe there is a choice, whether it's to walk away from something or whether it's to walk to something, or perhaps a bit of both, it is time to do it, and to do it with determination and absolute determination and joy, knowing through and through, with optimism, with hope, that actually you absolutely deserve to have a whole and full life. So my beautiful souls, let's see what the potential outcome of this is. Be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you away from expressing your authentic self. Wonderful. Loving it. This is, again, wholeness. Being you. Being the amazing person that you are. We have increase your knowledge, and your prayers are being answered. That is so beautiful. So, education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. I mean, I also think this is talking about learning and growing from this situation. We then have your prayers are being answered. Your prayers are being received by the divine. Answers will come soon, although perhaps in forms you didn't expect. Perhaps a soulmate connection, a mentor, someone comes in to assist you. Very interesting, really. Potentially, a mentor, somebody who can really, really guide you towards being the real you, really. Your prayers are being answered, and if you are looking for love, I think your prayers are being answered. Somebody who can love and accept you as you are. If you're looking for your calling and you're deliberating, you've been procrastinating, you know, I think this will assist you in moving towards that direction of learning. So however this energy is applying to you, pile 3, I am sending you the biggest hug in the world. Remember, you don't have to have tons of crystals or anything like that. You can have a pen and paper. You can, and as long as you use a stone, something that is special or important to you. I have lots of stones that I have acquired along the way, all sorts of things. So, you know, it could be a stone you've picked up from a beach, or a pebble along a pathway, or even a leaf, something that means something to you, that was gifted to you from a wonderful tree. You can use a leaf. Trees bring in incredible energy of healing. So whatever, a feather, you could use a feather, but using something that holds the higher vibrational energy and helps you to shift. And as I said, you just breathe into wherever that is sitting in your body, and you can do it as many times as you need with the same piece of paper. Keep leaning into that concern, that worry, that scenario. Lean into it, breathe into it, shift the energy and breathe it out, and just keep on doing it until it lessens and lessens and ceases to be of concern. And really, really, this is talking about stepping into your own agency, but also help coming for you. It's interesting, we had the Archangel Raphael card too. Of course, you know, Archangel Raphael does sometimes appear to us in as a person. The energy of Archangel Raphael is sometimes embodied in somebody who physically or emotionally comes to help us. So pretty exciting potential outcome for you. And I'm so sorry that you've been weighed down by something, but this really does look, I hope, to be a turning point for you, and I hope the reading has helped. Very interesting reading today, my beautiful pile 3. I'm sending you so much love, beautiful souls. Keep us posted, and do, you know, let us know what's happening in your worlds. It's wonderful to read your comments, and thank you all of you who give back through the super thanks in the comments. You know, it's really, really generous of you. I'm very, very, very appreciative of your support. Thank you so much of the way that you support each other too. You know, this is an amazing community and you are remarkable people. Beautiful souls, tons of love. There is definitely a pathway of healing for you to follow and a decision to be made in whatever direction means you can be you and whatever makes your heart sing. Tons of love. Don't forget to subscribe, press the little bell icon if you want to never miss a reading, and thank you for liking, sharing, all the things that I always thank you for. Tons of love, pile 3. I look forward to seeing you for another reading really soon.